Good morning, students. We are in chapter 10, Organisms and Population. In yesterday's class, we have discussed about the abiotic factors of an ecosystem, and today we are going to see about the population attributes. So first of all, population. So what is the population? So the definition for population is defined as any group of organisms of the same species which can interbreed among themselves and occupy a particular space and function as a part of the biotic community. So population means it is any group of organisms of the same species which belongs to the same species and which can interbreed. So they can able to reproduce among themselves and occupy a particular space and they function as a particular role in the biotic community. So this is the definition for population. And a population has various properties. So the various properties of a population are population density, that is the density of the population. Natality means it is equal to the birth rate. And mortality means it is the death rate. Age distribution, that is age distribution means in a population different age group of organisms survive, that is called as age distribution. And biotic potential, that is the potential ability of the organism. And dispersion means in that particular population some organisms move from one population to another, or from some organisms come and join this population. This is called as dispersion and or case selected growth forms. So this is about the population. So population means it is defined as any group of organisms which belongs to the same species which can interbreed among themselves and occupy a particular space and function and as a part of the biotic community. Now we will see the general characteristics of the populations. So a population possesses genetic characteristics that are directly related to their adaptiveness. So they possess some genetic characters which are directly related to their adaptiveness, that is they adapt themselves to the changing environment. They develop some adaptive features or structures, that is called as adaptiveness. And reproductive success, that is their reproductive potential and persistence in their habitat over time, that is how long they live in a particular habitat over a long period of time. This is called as persistence in their habitat over time. Life history of an organism. So if you take the life history of an organism, it is an important part of its attribute. The population has a definite structure and function that can be described with reference to time. So in a particular of time, how is the population density and what type of organisms existed in that population, all this comes under the structure and function that can be described with reference to time. Next we will see the population attributes. So what is population attributes? In population attributes there are different factors such as population density, natality, mortality, then population dispersion, migration, emigration, immigration, all this comes under the population attributes. We will see one by one. First, if you take the population density. So what is population density means? The density of a population refers to its size in relation to unit of space and time. For example, in a particular area, in a particular period of time. So what is the size of the population? So how the population, that is the number of organisms which survived or which lived in a particular space in a particular period of time. This is called as the density of population. And population density is the total number of that species with the natural habitat. So population density is the total number of that species with the natural habitat. The size of the population can be measured in several ways. So the How to measure the population means it can be measured in several ways, including the abundance, that is absolute number in population. So the total number of organisms in a population. Then numerical density, number of individuals per unit area in a particular area, how many individuals are surviving. And biomass density means biomass per unit area. Biomass includes both the plants as well as the animals. So the biomass density in a particular area. So these are the measures to calculate the population. Next, the population density of a species. So if you take the population density of a species, it can be expressed with reference to the actual area of habitat available to the species. So the population density of a species means it can be expressed with reference to the actual area of habitat. So some species occupy a particular habitat in that ecosystem, that is called as the population density of a species. Next, when the size of individuals in a population is relatively uniform, then density is expressed in terms of number of individuals, that is numerical density. So when the size of the individuals in a populations are relatively uniform means it can be expressed in terms of the number of individuals, and it is called as the numerical density. So population density means that is the total number of organisms which survived in a population, and also the total biomass which occupied the particular ecosystem. Next we will see about the natality, that means the birth rate. So how the population increases? The population increases because of natality. Natality means birth rate. So when the birth rate in a population increases, automatically the size of the population also increases. Natality is equivalent to birth rate, and it is an expression of the production of new individuals in a population by birth, hatching, germination or fission. So there are different methods of reproduction, isn't it? Hatching, germination, fission. So according to that particular organism, the type of reproduction differs. So natality means it is equivalent to birth rate, and it is production of new individuals in a population. So the new individuals arrive in a population by different methods such as hatching, germination or fission. The two main aspects of reproduction, namely fertility and fecundity, play a significant role in a population. So the main aspects of reproductions are fertility and fecundity. They play an important role in the population. The natality rate may be expressed in crude birth rate number of organisms both born per female per unit time. So how the natality rate or how the birth rate is expressed means it is number of organisms born per female. So this is how the natality rate is calculated. So birth rate is equal to number of birth per unit time by average population. Next we will see the mortality. Mortality means it is the population decline factor, that is opposite to natality. So opposite to natality is mortality, that is the death rate of a population. So mortality can be expressed as a loss of individuals in unit time or death rate. So in a particular period of time, how many individuals are lost or how many individuals are died, this is called as the mortality rate. Generally, mortality is expressed as specific mortality, that is the number of members of an original population dying after the lapse of a given time. So this is called as the mortality. So in a particular period of time, how many individuals have been died. So this is the mortality rate. The crude rate of a population can be calculated. So how to calculate the mortality rate or the death rate means it is the number of death per unit time divided by the average population. So the population declines or the population decreases because of the mortality rate. The population increases because of the natality, that is the birth rate. Next, the rate of mortality is determined by density. How the rate of mortality can be determined is by the density of the population. Mortality is high at high density. So the death rate is high at the high density population because of the hazards of overcrowding. So there are many reasons. When a population has high density means there will be overcrowding, and increased predation. So there is more chance of predation, that is the predator animals eat the prey animals, and this is the increased predation. And spread of disease, whenever a population is density is more, means automatically there will be spread of some communicable diseases. So this is also one of the factors. So the rate of mortality is determined by the density of the population. Example, overcrowding, increased predation, and spread of diseases. And the mortality rate vary among species and are correlated and influenced by a number of factors. So the mortality rate, if you take, it differs from one species to another species due to many factors such as destruction of nest, eggs. So due to some reasons, the animal's nest may be that is destroyed due to some natural calamities such as cyclone, all this, and destruction of eggs or young ones by storms, wind, flood, predators, accidents, and desertion of parents. So these are the different factors which forms the cause of mortality. Next we'll see about the population dispersion. Dispersion means that is movement of the members of population from one place to another place. This is called as dispersion. Population have a tendency to disperse or spread out in all directions until some barriers are reached. This is observed by the migration of individuals into immigration or out, that is e-migration of a population area. So usually in a population, the organisms disperse to different directions until they reach a barrier. So this is called as population dispersion. For example, some organisms come and reach a new population, that is called as immigration. And immigration means the group of members in a population, they migrate to some other population, that is called as immigration. So immigration means organisms come and reach the population, that is called as immigration. And immigration means the particular members in a population move to different places, that is called as immigration. Now we'll see the migration. So what is migration means? It is a peculiar and unique kind of mass population movement from one place to another and back. So some organisms, they move in mass from one place to another place. This is called as migration. So migration means movement of organisms from one place to another place due to many factors. So to avoid the severe winter, cold Siberian cranes migrate from Siberia to Vedandangal in Tamil Nadu and return back in spring. So animals migrate for different reasons, in search of food or in order to escape from the severe winter or severe summer also. Animals migrate from one place to another place. Example, if you take the Siberian cranes, so the cranes which live in Siberia, in order to escape from the severe winter, they migrate from Siberia and reach Vedandangal in Tamil Nadu. And again, when the seasons become normal, that is, they return back during the spring season. And some fishes are also known to migrate from sea to fresh water. For example, during sometimes the salinity of sea water will become more, or the temperature of sea water will be very cold. So in order to escape that, some fishes, they migrate from sea water to fresh water. So this type of migration is called as anadromous migration. Anadromous means migration from sea to fresh water is called as anadromous migration. Example, salmon. And some fishes, they move from fresh water to sea water. Example, that is eel. So this type of migration is called as catadromous migration. Catadromous means that is movement from fresh water to sea water. That is called as catadromous migration. Example, eel. So now we'll see about the e-migration. So what is e-migration means? Under natural conditions, e-migration usually occurs when there is overcrowding. So when there is a chance for e-migration means when there is overcrowding in a population, some organisms move from that population to other place. This is called as e-migration. This is regarded as an adaptive behavior that regulates the population in a particular site and prevents over-exploitation of the habitat. Further, it leads to occupation of new areas elsewhere. So when a population density is more, automatically some organisms move from that particular population to some other areas. This is called as e-migration. Then we'll see about the immigration. So what is immigration means? It leads to a rise in population levels. If the population increases beyond the carrying capacity, it can result in increased mortality among the immigrants or decreased reproductive capacity of the individual. So both immigration and immigrations are initiated or triggered by weather and other abiotic and biotic factors. So what is immigration means? So the population density increases due to the addition of some other organisms into the population. That is called as immigration. That is, some organisms enter into a new population so that the density of the population increases. Automatically, when the population density increases, there will be overcrowding, overexploitation of that particular habitat, and it results in increased mortality among the immigrants. And also the reproductive capacity of the individuals also will get decreased. So both the immigration as well as the immigrations are initiated or triggered by weathers and other biotic and abiotic factors. So this is about the population attributes. Okay students, go through this topic. Till this will conclude. Thank you.